Welcome to Truth Speaks number 7, and this is Gloria Williams here on my left, and she is the owner of Soothe Spa downtown on Duckworth Street, no.
Bates Hill.
Bates Hill, okay. And she's done several trainings with me, and the first one was the yoga teacher training in 2007, and in that was a couple of enlightenment intensives, and I'd like to invite Gloria to speak to us about her path of spirituality. So tell us, Gloria, what you'd like to say about the path of spirituality.
Yeah, so, the path is a lifelong process. And I'm not perfect yet, but I'm perfect. So,
that's right.
Because we're all perfect in wherever we are.
Exactly.
And we may make thousands of mistakes along the way, and that's
Perfect.
this thing called, that's perfect, that's this thing called life. So I offered to come here today to talk about the power of Enlightenment Intensives, because, without Miranda asking me to do so, because she gives so much of herself.
Thank you.
That I wanted to give something back. She's given me so much. And her approach to Enlightenment Intensive process is so gentle and so loving and so caring and so open and so open-minded and non-judgmental that you can experience it and grow, because the space is there for growing and loving. And I do have other experiences to compare it to. There's a lot of different processes out there.
Yeah.
Some are beautiful and some are not so beautiful. And one experience I had in a transformation way was where it kind of strips you down of everything to bare your soul, but it was very much in a bullying way. And then the leader builds you back up, and then you leave there thinking, oh wow, that incredible person made me feel this good, but during the process it's really icky. And then then you go home and you think about it, and it's almost like a trauma.
Okay.
It's almost like a trauma, but I did experience that, and so that kind of left a weird feeling. So when part of the yoga teacher training in 2007 was to complete a Enlightenment Intensive, so I was a little bit nervous about it because it hadn't been a great experience. The format that I had done before. There were, anyway, so moving on.
Yes.
Moving on. So going into Enlightenment Intensive with Miranda is the most beautiful experience, where you just feel completely nurtured, and you can bare your soul and shed every layer away. All of the hats we wear, all of the roles we play, all of the pressures, all of the ideas and notions of who am I can be just moved away without feeling empty, or you may go through a process where you feel empty, but not in a way of pressure, and not in a way of because you suck. But in a loving way, in a very patient way. And so Enlightenment Intensives are really powerful, because when we start to realize how valuable we are without having to be and do and have, it's good for the whole.
Yeah.
And so another reason that I wanted to talk is because everything that Miranda does on this planet is for the planet. It's for the good of the whole. It's for everyone and all beings. And so that was something that I learned, because I remember when I first started the whole yoga thing and, you know, meditation, and I was such an activist in my university days, such a, you know, a hardcore activist that, you know, I was sitting meditating and I almost felt guilty that I wasn't out with my sign, you know, and I remember we had these conversations where I was like, how is this doing anything?
Yeah, right. How's sitting, closing your eyes, doing anything for the world?
How am I doing anything,
Yeah.
right? If I'm not writing a letter to my MP or, you know,
right.
going in, joining a march, which are all really important, wonderful things, because a lot of change happens through voices and movement and, you know, so it's all important stuff. And, you know, when I was a social work student, I was pretty anarchist, but so I didn't really understand, you know, how sitting and being calm and quiet and, you know, getting to know this.
Getting to know this.
Getting to know this.
How does getting to know this affect the world? Yeah.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it was a big learning for me, you know. I mean, all the protests that I did in my past, like, you know, when U.S. invaded Iraq, and I spent all of my time out in a march as opposed to sitting in class when I was doing my master's program in Halifax. All of it was peaceful protests, like it was all important stuff.
Sure.
But that's what I thought was the way.
Yeah.
It's one of the ways.
Right. Yeah.
And there are many ways.
Right.
But without really knowing who we are.
That's right.
We're drifting.
Yeah, good point. Very good point.
Right? And
so so tell me about, like, what was the shift that took place in the Enlightenment, or one of the Enlightenment intensives, that was important for you?
Yeah, it's so big. Like, I said I wanted this to be short and sweet, and I'm trying to do that. Yet it's at the same time, and I will, but at the same time, it's so big, because everything we do in our lives is a part of who we are and what takes us to the next journey and the next journey and the next journey. We have to be open to each piece of it.
Right. And not refuse it or deny it or reject it. Yes, very good.
So every, you know, like, you know, in the past, like, you know, if I was in a volunteer position at the Women's Center, or if I was a student at this, or I was at that, or whatever anybody does, like whatever we're doing, all these bits and pieces, we take something from it and it becomes part of who we are. But those things can also form who we are in a way that is not always, what am I trying to say? If we get stuck in this is who I am, this is the role, this is the hat, this is me.
Yeah, right.
Right? And we let that be who we are.
Then you're going to feel false.
We're going to feel false, and it's going to take a lot to break that down.
Very good. Yes.
And until we break that down to see, right?
Yeah.
So I guess there's been a kind of an epiphany in the sense that, and it continues, like it's, you know, it's not finished, and right?
No, it'll always be.
How ego
There's
would I be
more
to say, like, I'm done?
Yeah.
But it's always, there's always more. And one of the things I thought even recently, even since your intensive, but of course it's your intensive that opened me right up to even seeing this, is I read this quote by Dr. Zach Bush, and he says, perhaps we are here to feed the fungi.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, and I thought about that, and I'm like, well, yeah, mushrooms were here long before people.
Yeah.
Right? There are more mushrooms in the world than there are people. there's more mushrooms in my cells than there in my body than there are cells.
Right.
Like we contain more bacteria, more parasites,
Yeah,
more mushrooms,
That's right.
more plant than we do human.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe this vessel is here to feed the mushrooms. So if that doesn't take your ego away and bring it to a humble place,
Very good. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that I'm not valuable, because we're all valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Because without the plants, without the earthworms, without
Yeah.
all of this, there's nothing,
Yeah.
right?
So then, who are we?
So,
Who are you?
right?
Tell me.
Well, I am the same as you,
Yeah.
and I'm the same as you,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm the same as my cat,
Yeah.
and I'm the same as your dog, and I'm the same as your chicken.
Yeah.
And so this brings me to, this is a segue without planning a segue. This brings me to my epiphany moment
Okay.
when I was in the most recent Enlightenment Intensive we had, which was several years ago now, but I haven't done one more recently. I remember having this experience where I really came to the awareness of being the same life as everything living. Like every single thing alive, we're all one thing,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Like, so sometimes I think because of the way we're socialized, we have a tendency to compartmentalize and separate humans from the earth, plants from the earth, and people from the planet. Like we talk about the planet, like we got to save the planet. It's like, well, we're all part of that, right? Animals are part of that. Plants are part of that. Everything's a part of that planet. So I don't know, I had this, it's so hard to explain it, but I had this, I really felt it in every fiber of my being. I felt that I was no different than every living creature, every life form
Nice.
on the planet. And that was huge, right? I mean, up to this point, I had been predominantly vegetarian, raised my daughter as a vegetarian, and she had raised me. She taught me and raised me as a vegan. But I never really connected. Like I never
really got why or the essence of it. Yeah.
In that deep sense way. And so now, I have these moments with my cat. I mean, anybody with a pet.
Yeah.
Anybody with a pet who loves their dog. Most people who have pets are crazy about their pets, right? Love their dog, love their cat, whatever. I have these moments with my cat where I'm just holding her and I look into her eyes and she looks up at me and looks in my eyes.
Yeah.
And she blinks, and I read in a cat book that when they blink like that, it's their way of telling you they love you. Oh. So she's doing this and I'm doing this back, and we're doing this back and forth to each other. Oh my God, my heart, right? And this cat is the same as me, is the same as you.
Yeah.
This cat is the same as a cow, is a dog, is a pig, is a chicken, is a turkey, is a zebra, is a giraffe, is an elephant. It's the same. It all is life.
Beautiful.
It's all the same, right?
Yeah.
And when I think of, I've watched, I'm a bit of a documentary nerd, and I've watched pretty much every documentary that I know of anyway. I mean, I know we don't know what we don't know, but every one that I know I have watched, and I force myself to watch them. even though it's very hard,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Like Dominion about animals and factory farming,
Yeah.
and there's tons of them out there.
Yeah.
And I forced myself to watch them, and I already know all this
You
stuff,
know it. Yeah.
but I still do it because the way I feel is like if this is their experience, I can at least know about it.
Right. And you can be with them.
I can be with
in that
them.
experience, and there's a oneness in that.
There's a oneness, yeah. Because
Mhm.
I can't change it.
No.
I mean, I can change
You.
I can change me,
Yeah.
right? And I can be supportive to others, anybody who wants
Wants
support
to change.
to change.
Yeah.
I can be supportive. I can change. The only person I can change is me, and I can be supportive of others. But I can be there, and I can just, I don't know. I just feel that that's the least I can do.
Well,
is
actually,
be
that
present.
is the way, because I mean, it's presence that's
Mhm.
missing
Mm-hmm.
in our lives. You know,
Mhm.
being present with ourselves first, and then being present with another,
Mm-hmm.
and really holding space for another, for their full experience to be received and understood.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do that in our meditation, but if you do that with another animal, or even
Mhm.
just watching the whole thing, I get it, because it's going in even deeper and deeper, and your vision is
Mhm.
connecting to all animals, all life forms
Mhm.
on earth.
Mhm.
So the heart is connecting with the heart.
Mhm.
And so that there's transformation in that, even though it doesn't look like it's an activist movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Yeah, so when I was in the Enlightenment Intensive, I just broke down, and I think I cried for 2 of the full days.
Oh, wow.
Just could not stop weeping. And I wept for every life that I took in the past, and every that I was involved in their pain and suffering. Like, even if when I was a vegetarian and I still ate dairy
Or something, yeah.
or something,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much pain and suffering in the dairy industry. And I have learned since that the dairy industry is the meat industry, because that's
Yeah.
where they go. And the pain in that being of, forcefully impregnated over and over again, and we can't take milk from them if they don't have babies,
Yeah, right.
right? So anyway, I don't want to get into the whole process, but it is all so violent.
Yeah.
And so I wept for every time I participated in that violence.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And and I flashed back through my life of different, like, simple days and holidays and different times when I participated in that violence. And I know in 2 days I couldn't remember every single one, but the ones that stood out. And I just asked for forgiveness for any pain and suffering I caused. And I would do the same for people. I'm sure throughout my life I've not
Killed, but
killed.
You've hurt.
I've hurt,
Maybe
right?
offended, or
maybe hurt, offended,
emotionally, or whatever.
emotionally, and we do it to ourselves all the time.
Yeah.
Right, which is also harmful.
Yeah.
Right, because if I'm you and you're me,
That's right.
I'm
You're
hurting yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This is one of the number one things we, in the yoga world, we start to really get,
Mm-hmm.
is how that we are one-on-one on this level, that you are me and I am others, and so
Mhm.
everyone I look at, I see me in them.
Mm-hmm.
So it just automatically comes a natural thing where we just don't want to harm.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes down to the level of animals and any other species on this earth, we would like to see them live and live their full lifespan, because they have a purpose for living on
Mhm.
earth too. it feels totally incorrect for us to take their life for this idea that we have to live.
Mm-hmm.
And there are many, many ways in which we can still continue to support our life
Mm-hmm.
while we're still supporting their life. And this is the yoga view. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you really nailed it there. You got it.
Ahimsa, do no
Ahimsa.
harm.
Yeah, ahimsa. Yeah.
Yeah, and every time we participate in harm, it's against the ahimsa of yoga.
That's right. Yeah.
And the honoring of other lives. And so I feel anywhere I have a choice, and in my life, I certainly have a choice, and most of us have a choice.
We have choices. Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't have a choice, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But oftentimes we say we don't have a choice when
But
we do.
actually do have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the more aware and the more our vibration rises, we start to realize that we have a lot more choices. But when our vibration is really low, we are not thinking about what our options are. We just are stuck in our patterns of our repetitive way of doing things. So we don't think that we have options. But as our vibration rises, yes, we start to realize, oh my God, look at all the other options out there, and I can still support life when we do this.
And to bring it back to how it's for the whole, in every way, in terms of like seeing all beings, as one, and all of value and respect is one thing. And also that the planet itself, the earth itself, this all that we are all a part of, it's every single action we take has an effect. And when you look at, for example, factory farming and the degradation of the planet from factory farming, it is like the number one cause of deforestation, of animal extinction, of greenhouse gases, of ozone of the waste of freshwater resources. And anyway, there's tons and tons and tons of reasons. They're all scientific. And for what?
For what? Exactly.
For what?
We really don't even need it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
It's also harmful to health.
Yeah.
So so when we try to be in line, when we are more in line with nature, instead of trying to control it and own it and have dominion over it and take away its will and its own freedom, when we're in line with nature, it's I think we are on the right path, and we have less destruction, and things just work out too.
Yeah, because
things work out.
When you're in line with nature, you're resonating at a higher vibration, and there's a kind of a knowledge that happens when you're in that vibration. And so when you're there for supporting life, then sort of like this knowledge comes from God knows where, the divine or something, and you know how to live your life. The answers will come if your eyes are open and you're in alignment with the nature's way. So Gloria, is there anything else you would like to share, or maybe even give us a tip or a hint of how we can live our lives in alignment with truth more?
Well, there's many, but I mean, I'm not the person to tell others what to do. I mean, I have done. I would be here lying through my teeth if I said I've never told anybody what to do. So really though, if you take an Enlightenment Intensive and you work with it and stick with it, you can open up to your truth,
right,
and your real purpose. Because oftentimes in our lives, I know I've had moments where I'm seeking, trying to find, was lost, and was looking for something, And really, what I think we may have already talked about this, I'm unsure, but what we're really trying to find is the truth,
Yes.
right? And the essence of who we are.
That's what the truth is, the essence of who we
are.
are. Yeah, that's what
So,
we're looking for.
That's what we're looking for, but
Yeah.
sometimes we're stuffing it down with,
Yeah.
you know, chocolate, or we're stuffing it down with wine, or we're stuffing it down with
Yeah, relationships.
whatever,
and
relationships.
Whatever, yeah.
You know, and it's all of those things could be okay in a
Right.
healthy way, you know. Chocolate bar now and again, you know, I'm not dissing it. But it's when that becomes how we
Distract ourselves.
which we do a lot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we stuff down our feelings and our seeking,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know, it comes back to acceptance.
Accepting who we are.
Accepting who we are.
Yeah.
And who we are may not be at all who we thought we were.
Yeah.
Right? Like I said, I'm just here to feed the mushrooms. That's it. I'm here to feed the bacteria, which has a huge purpose. Yeah.
Okay. So, I want to thank you, Gloria, for coming in and volunteering to talk about your truth and sharing with us your experience and what shifted you into understanding the oneness of all beings, and you are now more of your understanding now in the realms of diet, of what to how to support animals through your diet as well. So that's lovely.
Yeah. Plant-based is very easy, very, very easy. And it's my pleasure to be here because you are such a gift to the world. Everything you do is so from the heart, and everything you do is for the good of everyone. It's for the good of the planet, so that's why I'm here.
Thank you, Gloria.
Do an Enlightenment Intensive with Miranda.
Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you.
So
Namaste.
thank you, everybody, for showing up and listening to Gloria talk about her truth and her experience. And I hope to see you in the next Truth Speaks. Bye for now.
Bye.